that a little frustrating?
I don't question any of the play calling or anything else like that. It's just every play you take as one separately and do as best you can on it.
I guess the frustration then on your part is that you guys couldn't just run the ball, get those first downs, and keep it going.
Right.
Especially given all the progress that part of the game showed at the end of last season.
Right.
With the same running backs, the same offensive line, the same quarterback that you're playing now.
Right. I mean, that's the frustrating part. We can run the ball. We've proven that in the past. It's just we have to take individual play by play and do it and see what's up and work harder at it, like the little details. And I know personally that's what was frustrating with me.
In all honesty, didn't you expect the offense to be further along?
Yes.
Just considering.
I mean, I think we were right there. We were there where we started camp with then last spring, where we ended camp with. We're still at that point. I think we were a lot further along than last year. And like I said, again, just very small things seem to be happening, whereas it doesn't show out in the field on game day as much as I've seen throughout the weeks of practice, the scrimmages, and things like that.
Do you think something different happens to this team on game days? That keeps that from, because this is second, after both games, people kind of said that in practice everything was going smoothly in games. Are people getting nervous, or is there something different that's affecting things?
I think we have some young kids out there. They have a little bit of maturing to do, but other than that, nothing really happens on game days. I mean, we don't play outside of ourselves or anything else like that. I think, again, I'm going to speak personally, whereas on game days I'm more emotionally invested, and I tend to get a little bit more angry or ferocious, if you would like to say that. But other than that, we play at the same level we've always played.
I guess I'm wondering if that excitement, that energy maybe makes people sometimes lose maybe that little edge, that attention to detail that you're talking about that isn't always quite there.
I don't think it does. I mean, that's part of the game is controlling that and keeping that focus. And like I said, we might lose it, but it's not from that energy or that boost, that emotion, because football is going to be an emotional game. It always has been. You're going to need emotion on your sideline.
What do you guys do to help each other keep your heads up? Like a Garrett. Garrett took both losses, blamed himself for both of them. The young receivers who are dropping balls, drop passes that are leading to interceptions. How do you keep guys not getting the case of poor me's, to use Jim's words, and get them up and get them to their potential?
That's where a lot of the senior leadership comes in. Guys have to talk to each other, keep each other's heads up. Have those tough conversations with them, and tell them that they played fine, they're doing good, and just be an elder statesman. I mean, that's part of the maturing process of the team, is just not letting kids get those woe is me feelings and kind of pitting themselves.
Was there a lot of that going on this weekend? Those conversations? You think?
I had a couple of them with some players. I can't speak on everyone else.
Jim's talked about finishing games. How do you guys work on that?
It's a mindset. We've had special situations set up. We run a 2-minute drill every Thursday practice, and then during fall camp it was probably every practice as to where he would give us a certain situation, and we would have to either score a touchdown or a field goal, get to a certain yard line to win the game or to send it in overtime. And then we've also had 4-minute situations where we have to run the ball out, waste 4 minutes of clock to win the game, things like that. And we try to put a special emphasis on it in practice. So he'll throw those situations out there randomly and kind of throw us out into the fire a little bit.
Does he do good on goods on those?
Yes, sir.
Going against your own wants when you do that?
Yes, sir.
So then how do you translate that from practice to a game?
Same way you translate footwork. The same way you translate everything, really. I mean, you practice it so you can transfer to the game.
Have you seen Garrett get discouraged on the game, or has he pretty much kept his composure even when things aren't going well?
He keeps his composure very well during games. I mean, I personally, again, I'm speaking for myself. I would not probably do that if I was the quarterback in his case. But he keeps a very good composure. He's very encouraging. When you see drops happen, he's very encouraging to those wideouts. Encourages us when we let up protection, slides, things like that. He's calm, cool, and collected in the pocket and on the sideline.
Well, it's funny because people will look at his numbers and they're not any good. Jim defended him right after the game. Chris defended him after the game when we talked to him. It sounds like you would do the same thing. You guys aren't pinning this on Garrett, but at the same time, he and you all know that he's just one of
Right. I mean, that's the whole aspect of playing quarterback is you're going to get a lot of attention, both in a positive manner if you do good and in a negative manner if your team does bad. And it doesn't necessarily have to be your fault. I mean, it can. Again, these losses have been on the offense as a whole, as a team really as a whole, and you just can't let. I would defend him. We watched film again. He made every check he had to make, every read he had to make. It's just a team loss. There's no other way to describe it.
Is there such a thing as a must-win game this early in the season? Or
Every game's a must-win game.
Anything else for Jared?
One other question: are you impressed with the way the offense has basically come out and said that you've left the defense on the field too long, especially in the fourth quarter? Have you been impressed with the way that this team is not fracturing? Because I think we all know 3 years ago that kind of happened in these same type of situations.
Right. I guess you could say the word impressed. I already knew this would the fracturing would never occur again, just the way we've been treating each other and we've gotten to know each other over the course of these last couple of years. But I'm impressed. I really like it. I know for a fact that we got each other's back no matter what. Again, I don't know if I would use impressed per se, but it's a good thing.
There's an expectation, so it's
right. It's something we set in stone a while back now.
It would have been a surprise a couple years ago. Now it no longer is.
Right.
Okay.
Now, as you said, it's the expectation.
Jared, Coach talked about one difference he sees this year versus last year is he said you guys are in these games with a chance to win them at the end. And to him, that shows progress from where you were a year ago. That he doesn't think, especially on the road, you would have been in a situation to win a game in the fourth quarter. Is that the kind of progress you guys pin your hat on a little bit too, and keep that, as he says, disappointment from becoming discouragement?
A loss is a loss. I'm not one of those guys. You can try to find a silver lining, things like that, but at the same time, it's going to go down as an L in your record book and everything else. You could say, I'm proud of the guys. I'm proud of the way we fought. We were in these last 2 games. We were in that last game. A loss is a loss to me. Yeah. Just got to put your hat on and go to work next week.
Fair enough.
Thanks a lot, Jim.
Thanks, Jared.
Higher
Yeah.
table, don't we? It's hard to
Yeah,
do.
no.